Welcome everyone for tonight's NJCAAE stream. This could be our first match of the week for the fall 2022 season. We've got a smash match. It'll be a best of 5 between HCC's Luke S. That's Heartland Community College outside of Normal, Illinois, as well as NEO and M's Derpion. I'm not sure if that's a gamer tag or a first name. A very exciting first name if that is indeed the case. But outside of Miami, Oklahoma, that's Northeastern Oklahoma A&M College. So these are two students from pretty distant from each other. They'll get to be squaring up against each other throughout this season. They'll have several weeks where they will do a round robin in their group. So the two of them will play against each other now, potentially later on in playoffs. But up until that point, they won't face each other again. They'll play against all the same opponents, though. Just a standard round robin affair right there. But they're starting off their season this first match. So it'll be one that will really set the pace for each of these students. Nothing that's going to be too impactful to their season play all the way through, but definitely want to start this off on a win or at least get the games that are going to help them in the tiebreakers as they move deeper into the season. Um, this is match of the week stream. As I said, first one of the season. We'll be back next week with some Rainbow Six Siege as well, and we'll continue on. So there'll be plenty to tune in for on the NJCAA stream as we go on. I'm Treasure. I actually coach at an NJCAA member school, Lincoln Land Community College. So I'm happy to represent up here, and I'll be casting, taking you guys through this match as we enjoy watching HCC and Neo A&M battling it out. But right now, we've got some stage picks going on. The bands are going on behind the scenes as they decide exactly where we're going to be starting this match. I'm pretty excited to see. I don't have any prior info to be bringing to this one on either player, so we'll be, playing with what we've got. I'm excited to see what characters we have, as well as obviously that stage is going to be pretty important. They both have to go into this blind since they probably also don't have that prior information, just the name and school of their opponents, unless either of these schools have been really active in streaming their practices and matches up until this point as they've been beginning their season, because most of the teams have been playing for quite some time leading up to this point, and some of them even compete in some other competitions, especially with Smash. There is a lot of local competition. I know Heartland Community College hosts weekly local as well. For any who happen to be in the area, you can hop by and support the local scene, and also you see a lot of these players. You're going to be frequenting those to get a lot of that live practice and throughout the year, even when school is off. And I think a lot of players that they recruit there. I'm actually a little more familiar with Heartland Community College. I'm sure something similar is out at Northeastern Oklahoma. Uh, but a lot of these players who make it to college level play have some prior experience in that amateur scene, because it's like very well populated throughout the states. Just so many grassroots scenes pop up and get players up to these levels that are really impressive to see. But we'll be waiting for just a couple more minutes while everything gets sorted out behind. Ooh, sounds like the lobby is loading in. I'm hearing from production. So we won't have to wait too much longer on that one there. Do we have many supporters of these two players out there? I would actually love from on those tags if anyone in chat could throw those out. That way I can make sure I'm not just having to use their first name or potentially tag if Derpion is in fact not a first name. Uh, all right. Sounds like the other one is just on an HCC account. That makes sense. My players do exactly the same. Oh, it could be LSW. I actually do know LSW. Funny enough, so that makes sense. So Luke will be likely our representative there from Heartland Community College. Let's see. So just waiting on that booting up. It's a beautiful October day over here. I don't know if you've been really enjoying getting into October as we move our way into autumn. It's some beautiful weather, some beautiful vibes, some nice times to really stay inside and enjoy ourselves some esports, some competitive college gaming. There is some places you can follow NJCAAE. You'll see the scroller here. This way, right below me for Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, all going to be NJCAAE on those. And of course, on Twitch, you can always hit a follow. Greatly appreciated over here. And the season schedule also be pretty helpful to you if you're looking to see more matches as we move on. So luckily, whenever I'm up here, we have a little bit of scroll, some really useful information, and of course, our partnerships. Lobby is all confirmed. All right. It's like players should be just about ready at that point then. Oh, I hear the telltale signs of the Super Smash Brothers menu. Let's see. We at least have one player rated up here. I'll see if I can find any more information about these players as well. Yeah, that's probably likely going to be LSW there on the Young Link. All right, so Young Link and a pit here. So Derpion is our tech in there. Yeah, button check going on right here. Nothing too crazy. They're not just fighting at ghosts on either side of the board right here. Pokemon Stadium 2 looks like our opener stage. That's nothing uncommon in the slightest. Is really the standard for just about every play. I mean, most games honestly get gentlemen to Pokemon Stadium 2 unless you're dealing with someone that you know is going to be playing a Snake, where that's really going to tip the balance. And there we go, both of them looking pretty comfortable with that, checking how that latency is going to be feeling online play. So, there they are. Just about ready to head on in there. So, I'll see if we can find any more information on Derpion. LSW, solo Young Link player. Like I said, plays the Heartland Community College Smash Weeklies just about every week. Had a 17th placement in the Midwest Arcadian just the other week, I think 2 weekends ago. So that's actually a pretty significant placement just outside of top 16. And that's a fair share of top 8s in the Heartland Community College Weeklies, as well as those are pretty big one. Stop at just out top 16, heading over to ISU for the Redbird Smash Weeklies as well. So that's a lot of the standard play that you'll see from a typical college and amateur player, where they're going to be playing obviously in these college leagues, and like I said, in other local events where they can play in the areas around them with mutually like-minded players. Right off the bat here, Young Link can really projectile-oriented character. He's going to be sending up his boomerangs to try and take up some space, but as soon as Derpion is able to move on in, wants to use those nairs to cover up and keep those aerial combos going. Oh, failed up beyond the ground, though does give Derpion a little more opportunity, but he's unable to keep it going. The fares are really nice options right there to get right through the projectiles. Actually going to break the boomerangs if they impact first. Now back into this fainter neutral. LSW is just trying to push Derpion out towards the edge of the stage, where they're going to be able to keep up that damage and actually knock him off and keep up the ledge trapping, which Young Link really excels at. For now, though, it's been a game of these arrows, both just taking this minor stacks damage. No one really finding a solid combo to work off of as they size each other up. Arrows clank against each other here. Oh, the Nair isn't going to quite find the get up from LSW. He looks for a forward air. Stage spike, nothing to get off of it. Oh, and just near enough damage for the forward air. It's going to give us the red lightning, but no kill quite coming out. Great catch of the air dodge. LSW really has Derpion on the ropes right now. Forward throw, still not killing. This is kind of one of those perennial problems with Young Link. It's going to be difficult to kill without finding a couple really confirmable kill combos, and LSW is starting to rack up the percentage as well. Pit is a character that does have a little more accessibility there. Forward smash a lot safer than the equivalent moves from the Young Link. It's not going to take too long to even things up right there. Nice and air into a jab string. There we go. Grab finds you a couple forward airs. Once again, looking for an upbeat grounded. Really great at a shield option, but an opportunity like that, just off of a dropped combo, isn't going to net nearly as much. It's actually quite a few times given the opportunity for Derpyon to find punishes himself. Back down there. Starts up a combo, but once again, it's going to get drops there. But Boomerang and Flame Arrow pop off of each other. Boomerang finds its mark, and Derpyon uses down B to get all the way down below ledge. That's a great way to hang on to the stock for a little bit longer, but LSW isn't having much of that. Finishes off the stock, keeping up that ledge trapping that is oh so important. Now Derpyon has some percentage to bring back in this game to try and find this game one. There's a Boomerang coming back around, keeping Derpyon stuck in end lag as the projectiles just keep raining out. This is the power of the Young Link, just boxing out the opponent. There's Reflect on the shield, but it's not going to last long enough as an up tilt is going to knock Derpyon out of that. And the grounded up B finally finds its mark this time. A short hop there doesn't find his mark. Ooh, just barely catching, dragging Derpyon into the up B. LSW is having them on the ropes. Going to bomb themselves though off the Reflect on the down B, looking for an up smash, trying to just find that option to finish this one out, trying to find the Flame Arrows. They actually do kill off of the top, not quite at this percentage or at that height, but they're pretty threatening and would keep up. Constant pressure. Up air does find it, barely catching LSW within kill range. Derpyon has a steep hill to climb here. Keep as much space from LSW until their vulnerability runs out from respawn. Another whiffed grab. There's still light punish though, only a flaming arrow, and at this point the damage is basically mitigable. So it's just going to come down to a kill move finally coming out, and the dash tag from LSW takes it away. Well, LSW takes game one here, getting a nice lead, but in a best of 5 series, nothing is spelled until you find 3 total. So first game down, he's going to need 2 more to find his win against Derpyon. But this is just the start of it. That was a pretty neutral map. That starting map is always going to be, in theory, the most neutral one, as long as the players both know what they're playing up against. And Pokemon Stadium 2 with this matchup, absolutely most neutral that you could get. Now, the map ban process is going to leave a little bit of that advantage in the hands of Derpyon, so they will more likely find a stage that will give a little bit more advantage to them based on getting to pick and having LSW actually doing the bans, which is going to be a process going on right now as we wait for them. And I will see if I can find some more information there to work on for Derpyon, so I'm not leaving them in the dark. I don't know. Not seeing anything. I'm not sure if that is I still worry that that may be a first name, and then I feel I would not know how to pronounce it in that case. But and in this vein, I assume it comes from an evolution. It sounds like a pretty likely case here for Derpyon. But what they're going to need to do in this game to really size up a little better against LSW once they get deeper into this match and deeper into game 2, 3, and beyond that even, is find a way to mitigate those neutral Bs, the boomerangs, playing a little further back and finding better all-in situations. The combos aren't finding nearly as much percentage, even when we do see Derpyon actually getting a hold of LSW. We're seeing like a nair, maybe a fair, and then the combos just dropping a little too early. They have to be a little more aggressive to find damage once they're fully in combo state and out of that neutral, where LSW really does reign supreme, and that's just part of playing that character. See a character swap here, going to Mr. Game & Watch, and we're moving over to Smashville. This is a smaller stage. It's got one central platform as opposed to the two. It'll make it a little easier to close up the ground and Mr. Game & Watch plays a very different game to Pit. He's much less aggressive, at least, for those all-ins. And he's great at getting out of combos. That up B is a real big key. Just as the grounded up B from LSW was really big for getting out of shield, it's going to be just as strong of a move for Mr. Game & Watch. Very similarly. Yeah, and it's a very quick move. He's able to get from the bottom of the stage all the way back up to the ledge. But he's getting called out here, just getting the ledge trapped out. The bomb that LSW set up there was just covering up the space. Boomerang stops that down air from quite touching the ground, as Durgan's just having a really hard time getting in the downer. Surprisingly strong move. Also another one that kills off the top. Younglink has some strange hit dynamics. But LSW now getting carried up by the up airs, not quite being grounded by a down smash. Nifons a couple forward airs. That's bread and butter combos for the young Link as they're kind of moving on up towards the stage. He's got a reflector now on Mr. Game Watch and his down be a great 2-frame right there. That's actually a huge kill. It's going to equalize things quite a bit for him, especially after such a LSW-sided first stock. That's exactly what their Beyond needs. Call it of the down air there. Only nets a trade, though, and LSW's following up with an up smash. Not a hugely damaging move, but it's going to really turn things into his favor. Finding out 2 up airs in a row, and drop to try and find another up smash. This one's not going to quite land, and after a little bit of shenanigans there, the rolls come out from both. The side B isn't going to quite land. No judging for Derpion. I love the use of the down B here to just mix into neutral and reflect out those boomerangs and fire arrows. The boomerangs especially, because if boomerangs are still set up behind you, it limits your options so much and makes spacing really advantageous for any projectile zoner character, really, but definitely for Young Link. Finds a nair right here. LSW finding a lot more comfortability after losing that very early second stock or first stock. Drag down nair into shield is a great opportunity for another grounded up B. Oh, and a great fast fall into the up smash. LSW's found 3 really nice up smashes in this game. That one taking away the stock pretty early, and that's typically a problem for Young Link anyways. Jumping up on the platform, find that down air, but a little heavy on the hands with the uppies. Jibyan doing a good job finding their way back to the stage. A grab to punish that up B once again. Ooh, but that forward smash isn't going to hit, or the jab, sorry, actually, isn't going to hit. Key right into the boomerang. That does detonate after taking a certain amount of damage. A parry for the bomb, and the combo breaker comes out, keeps the young Link off as Derpion falls back to stage, barely hanging on to this stock and barely hanging on to this game. Bomb doesn't find a 2-frame, it doesn't knock Derpion out of their recovery. They find a grab. Forward throw, trying to protect with the chef. No 2-frame this time, but a back air does come out, and up B as well. LSW getting thrown back and forth, but all these are saving him from losing that life. There we go, Derpion finds the stock with a forward smash, meaning that one out, but once again, he's in that same spot as before, in a rough spot with a lot of percentage in those big red triple-digit numbers. That forward air could be deadly. I'm not sure quite that move was landing with from LSW, but it's not going to quite find it either. Derpion just on that razor's edge. Barely finding some damage. This aerial. There we go. An up throw. Looking for a 9 and just barely air dodge by LSW. That could have been the equalizer for sure. Wouldn't have killed at 15%, but would have gotten plenty of percentage to deal with. And he finds something cheeky. Derpion still hanging in there, if only barely. Got to get away from the bomb, but just hits another bomb off of it. And there we go. The boomerang does confirm a forward air for the kill. 2 games down now. LSW in the lead 2-0 is a best of 5 once again. So if he is able to find one more game against Derpion X, he is going to be moving out of here with a 1-0 start to his NJCAAE season. This is where Derpion is really going to need to find that rally. I'm not sure what character the pick he's going to be going with. We've seen the Pit and the Mr. Game & Watch, both of them having a degree of success, but ultimately losing out in that final stock against the Young Link opposition. I think this is a 7-week season, if I'm remembering exactly correctly. So they'll have some more opportunities. These records won't be a huge mark on the season for whichever player does lose here. But of course, starting this off with the win is exactly what you want to see for some real NJCAAE success throughout the season and a better and better chance at making playoffs once we do hit the end of the season, make our way towards the end of the semester, and have something to really cap off the season with. We're going to be seeing more map bans here. I would not be surprised to be seeing going back to Smashville, maybe even the pit back out again to try and close up some of the distance. I don't imagine, at least on my initial read, another stage that's going to really be more advantageous for Derpion here. I think the Smashville was an astute choice. The mid platform is a bit of a combo extender for Young Link, which can prove problematic for them, but that's something that can be used just as well. Mr. Game Watch will really excel with that full hop, like down air, just as well as it helps LSW, can help out Derpion. And he also has a very strong nair to work with on Mr. Game Watch.
3, 2, 1, go!
And there's the game starting. We'll get on that in just 1 second. New production, we got gameplay going. We get a scene swap. You're right. There we go. Okay, final destination here. Okay, that is quite a bit of a gambit. If you're able to find some tech chases, that's going to be really big for Derpion, but the flat stage makes it a lot more difficult to avoid the projectiles, especially those flame arrows. And Boomerang is really a binary here. You're either on the ground or you're in the air when there's no platforms in play. And LSW already finding opportunities to find quite a bit of damage there, breaking through the down B shield, not quite finding a forward smash as a punish on top of that. But we did see, coming back to this, the Derpion switch back to pit. This is going better than the last game did initially in the first stock form. Ooh, that is a bit of a risk. Side B, a very high committal move. It'll keep you in a lot of end lag. But does get through the projectile for that. Yeah, there's a good opportunity to find more neutral Bs. While coming back to stage, it has lots of jumps. You can stay in the air for quite a while. And if you can aim those neutral B arrows, you get quite a bit of free damage on opponent and disrupt their ability to set up their ledge trapping. Nair doesn't quite find a smart there for LSW. Yeah, forward air does there right out of shield. Nair on shield. Pretty negative frame-wise. Oh, right. That's a great call out there from LSW. Grab right off of the neutral get-up. Actually, also would have caught... I think that was a little too early to catch an attack get-up, but huge coverage and an opportunity to find the kill, and you really got to take your opportunities for the big... the bigger options, because getting a little bit of damage versus getting the kill option there, obviously taking the stock is worth a lot more to LSW. He does get hit by that side B. The high committal move from Pit. It's got a lot of super armor, so he wasn't able to stop it from actually impacting with them, but it's still just damage since he's not at very high percentage. Down tilt there, starts up combo, but right out of percent at 120. The up air is no longer going to combo out of that, but another one could find the kill, potentially. It's a higher ceiling on Final Destination, so I'm not sure if this will quite do it unless they're quite a bit higher up. Side B definitely does it, though. 133%, that's a very dead Young Link. LSW very quick to set things up, finds that down tilt. It doesn't quite combo into the forward air that he's looking for. Landed with the down air, but he's going to land on his own bomb, just as with the Pit. All right, both players making it pretty safely back to stage. The Nair's here for Derpion. It's exactly what he wants. Missing that grab, though, is opportunity for LSW, who is sensing the blood in the waves right now. Just needs to take one more stock to run away with this match in a 3-0 fashion. Looking nearly unstoppable right now. The arrows are just going to bounce off of each other. The much bigger sword available to Pit, though, will give him more advantage when the two of them just go head-to-head, especially in the air. Young Link does require a little bit more setup to really win a lot of neutral engagements. Ooh, there's the combo breaker there, though. The Boomerang setup before comes back and stops Derpion from being able to follow up off of that down throw. A nice reflect. This keeps LSW stuck up in the air. There we go. It's going to bounce off yet another Boomerang. I do like this. Derby's done a great job of slowing down LSW's play. He doesn't get to get away with so much off of each of these engagements. But right now, in a risky situation, side B does make it to center stage, but a Flame Arrow comes to put on just a little bit more of that damage, getting Derby even closer to that potential kill percentage. LSW sizing the stage back up, getting back to the center, and finds that combo that he's looking for. Orator just going to kill right off the top once again, and safely won for Heartland Community College's LSW in a 3-0 fashion over Derpyon of Northern Oklahoma A&M College. Well, that is the gameplay that we have. It is a little bit of a short one. I counted that 3-0. So we will have another match coming to you next week. Oh, I just heard the lock-in in game, and I thought, oh my, we're going into another game. But it might have just been a misclick or something of that fashion. But that does conclude our match here. We'll have another match coming up next week on October 11th. At 7 o'clock EST in Rainbow Six Siege. It'll be Hutchinson Community College and Barton Community College going up against each other. Features some more junior college esports. So that'll be a great one to tune in on. Hope to see you guys there.